Good morning, students. Today I am going to talk about the topic India and the world, which is a topic of chapter India size and location. In the previous lecture, we have talked about the location and size of India. So let's start. So let's start the topic India and the world. There are 4 points which I have mentioned in this lecture. So first point is India is located in center between East and West Asia. As you can see here on the map that this is the West Asian part and this is the East Asia. In East Asia there are two parts. One is East Asia. This one is East Asia and this is the Southeast Asia. This is Southeast Asia. So you can see here on this map that India is between West Asia and South Asia. That is the one of the reason why the India is considered as a very strategic country with regard to the trade and commerce and all these things. Let's come to the second topic, that is countries of Europe in West and countries of East Asia provide a strategic central location to India. You can see here, this is the long coastline of India and in between Europe, this part is, and here you will see that if you see the extended map of the world, you will see here the African continent and this part of the world, this larger area, this is the South Asia or Southeast Asia or East Asia. This part is East Asia. Okay, it is between these two part of the world, and this is the reason why India is considered as a strategic central location as compared to these two areas. The third point is Deccan Peninsula protrudes into Indian Ocean, helping India to have close contact with Asian, African and European countries. As you can see here, this part of India, this is the peninsular part, this triangular structure of India. This peninsular India protrudes का मतलब होता है धंसा हुआ. ये हिस्सा इंडियन ओशन में एक तरीके से धंसा हुआ है और आप देखेंगे कि इसका जो कोस्ट लाइन है ये एक नेचुरल हार्बर प्रोवाइड करता है for the movement of the ship and it connects with the world through the maritime. So there is a maritime connection. And last point is Indian Ocean gets its name from India since India has the largest coastline on Indian Ocean. As I described you that there are many countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Myanmar and other island countries. Only India is the country which shares largest or longest boundary or coastline with the Indian Ocean. This is the Indian Ocean region. This one is Arabian Sea, which is a part of Indian Ocean, and this one is the Bay of Bengal. So you can see that it shares the longest coastline with the Indian Ocean. This is the reason why the Indian Ocean is named after the country India. Let's come to the second slide. So second topic is India contacts with the world. From the time immemorial, India has relationship with different countries. So, but one thing which is very important to know that India's contact with the land route is much older than the maritime context. It means that till today, India's contact with the world is largely, large factor is land routes in spite of maritime contacts. Second point is land routes were through mountain passes. If you go through the northern area of India, especially the mountainous area of Himalaya basically, you will see there are many passes which really connects the Central Asia to the India. Not only the northern part, you will see the passes through the northeastern area also. So these mountain passes were they facilitated the transportation of goods as well as as well as these passes facilitated the movement of the people from one region to another region. And you all know that when people move from one place to another place, it is not only the human being which moves. They go with their ideas, they exchange their ideas as well as commodities also. So in case of ideas, they exchanged the ideas of the Upanishads, Ramayana, story of Panchatantra, Indian numerals, decimal system, and you can see that decimal system, which is a part of math, and it is taught in almost everywhere in the world. It is basically Indian contribution to the world. So how it was possible? It was possible because of these passes, mountain passes, by which the Indian people went somewhere else and tell about these things like Upanishad, Ramayana, stories of Panchatantra. Let's come to the next point. You know that when exchange happens, it does not happen every time in a way, one way. It happens in a two way. How? The influence of Greek sculpture. You can see here in our buildings and architecture, the Greek sculpture, the architectural styles of dome and minarets of West Asia can be seen in India. You can see that the people, when rulers and merchants of West Asia came in India, they really affected our architecture system, as you can see here, domes and minarets. So in this topic, India and context with the world is over. Let's come to the next. These are the questions. So these are the revision questions which you need to do. First question is the name the two islands of the Indian mainland. You can easily answer these questions if you have really gone through the video. Second question is, how does India occupy an important strategic position in South Asia? Because as I told you that India is between the Southeast Asia or South Asia and West Asia. This is the reason why India has or occupy an important strategic position in South Asia. Third question is, why Indian Ocean named after the country India? Due to the longest coastline which it shares with the Indian Ocean, that's why Indian Ocean named after the country India. Let's come to the next point, that is what role Indian land road play in relationship of Indian with other countries. I told you about that, how the people travel from India to other country through the mountain passes, and they exchange the ideas and commodities both. Let's come to the last question, that is the name the country who share boundary with India. Okay, I just want to give one point in this. If you go through the northwestern region, you will find there are two countries which shares boundary with India, that is Pakistan and Afghanistan. And when you travel towards the northern and northeast area, you will find that China, Nepal, Bhutan, and these countries shares boundary with India in northern area. Let's come to the southeast area. There is Bangladesh and Myanmar. And when we come to the south area, south region of India, south part of India, you will find there are two island countries. One is the Maldives and second is the Sri Lanka. Now I think that you will be able to answer this last question, name the countries who share boundary with India. That's all. Thank you. Have an awesome day.